Patreon account if you feel like supporting me some more. Oh,
Oh my god.
more endings there are in this game, but this is one of them. Now you got three choices.
No!
If you click walkthrough, start playing.
Oh my god!
I am playing Henry Stickmin today.
Yeah.
Oh
my god. No. Oh my god.
Walkthrough plays a video.
Oh my god.
Walkthrough.
Oh my god. I'm gonna go blind. I'm going blind. I'm blind. I
Starts
can't.
talking.
This episode is brought to you by Dashlane. Try Dashlane Premium free for 30 days at www.dashlane.com/infographics and never forget another password and keep all your online accounts secure. A certain amount of mystery still surrounds what has become known as the dark web. The very name evokes images of an underworld, a kind of catacomb where scoundrels hide out and human depravity awaits us around every corner. But research has shown that the dark web is perhaps not as dark as many of us imagine. Yes, one can certainly go to this place and acquire a handful of illegal substances, and yes, if a person so chooses, they can scour the dark web and find images that most of the world would find repellent. But let's just say you won't find hitmen for hire all over the dark web, nor as much video violence than we might have thought. The question is though, who on earth came up with this idea in the first place? We've been through this in other shows, so we'll make it short, and we're talking about what the dark web actually is. You see, the internet as most of us know it, the bit you're using right now, is only a small part of the web. Sources don't agree on how much, but it's said the part of the web that we can access using ordinary browsers is only about 10% of the entire thing. You can also find sources that say it's 4% or even 1%. Still, it's thought there are about 1.8 billion active websites on the net, although again, you can find sources that give a different number, much higher sometimes. This doesn't of course mean that the rest of the web is the dark web and full of dark marketplaces, otherwise we might have cause for concern. What it means is that the rest of the web, which we'll call the deep web, is used by private companies, governments, etc. It's invisible to you. Well, it is if you can't hack into it or are not actively legally using it. Think about your email, online banking, company servers. These aren't exactly searchable on the web, so of course the deep web is way bigger than the navigable web. Okay, so you understand that. What about the dark web? This is a place within the deep web that's also hidden but can be accessed using something called the Tor browser. You can use this browser along with a VPN or a virtual private network to access the dark web. You might do this if you're an activist and want anonymity, such as people that criticize governments whose modus operandi shows no mercy for political dissidents. But you might also enter the dark web so you can access what are sometimes called dark sites. Here's where you might find someone selling serotonin-enhancing pills by the bagful or ounces of white powder, where you might find hackers for hire or someone to chat with about your strange predilection for drinking your own blood by the wine glass. As we said, the dark web might not be as demonic as movies or some politicians depict, but you can read stories in the British press about how the young generation now buy their illicit substances there more than in the streets these days, or how some people were arrested by the FBI for distributing images that 99.9% of viewers would find disturbing. Okay, you get the picture, but now you must be thinking, if this stuff goes on, why would anyone in their right mind have created it in the first place? Well, to answer that, we must look to the US military. Let's remember that the internet itself was a byproduct of military technologies, as was much of the technology we take for granted today. It was in the mid-1990s that the US wanted their intelligence operatives to have a place, a virtual place, where they could communicate with total anonymity. They started working on something called Tor, an acronym that stands for the Onion Router. But why give this to the people? Wasn't that just madness? According to the BBC, the military did this because if more people were using it, then it would be harder to spot the activity of operatives among all the other noise. Foreign policy dives even deeper into the history of the dark web, and here we'll summarize. In 1969, a student at the University of California sent a message between computers connected by ARPANET. This was the beginning of the web as we know it, and it was developed by the Pentagon's Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. In the next few years, more computers started connecting with each other on secret networks, and these were sometimes called darknets. This might not sound like much to you, but it was a breakthrough in secret communications. Then we see the internet explode in the ensuing decades. Only part of this internet is a haven for illegal activity. In the 1990s, we saw a lot of illegal file sharing, and we're told this set off a tsunami of darknet activity. The people sharing the files were using data havens that couldn't be shut down by the authorities. So even before the dark web as we know it today, there was still a hidden part of the internet. Then in March 2000, we saw the release of something called Freenet. This is a place you could access with anonymity and get your hands on files, legal or illegal. Freenet is a near-perfect anarchy, the Irish creator proudly told the New York Times. You see, it wasn't about sharing and distributing dodgy content, but some people felt that there should be a place in the internet free from censorship and the prying eyes of the government. What we're trying to say is that long before Tor, people were trying to create room in the internet where people could operate without being surveilled. Then in 2002, we got Tor to protect those American operatives, but it only took a few years for sites accessible through Tor to become filled with copyrighted material from Hollywood movies to versions of Microsoft Office. It became a trading ground for illicit material, and people loved it because they could go there with the assurance that they wouldn't get arrested. Imagine buying stolen goods on the street, but having the superpower to become invisible. Things heated up in 2009 when a guy that called himself Satoshi Nakamoto mined the first Bitcoin, a virtual currency that was untraceable. Now you can launder cash, spend your Bitcoin inside the darknet. It was a marriage made in heaven. In 2011, we saw the first modern darknet marketplace in the Silk Road, named after ancient trading routes in Asia. There you could find an array of legal and illegal goods and services, but it only lasted short of 2 years, and the creator was eventually sentenced to life in prison without possibility of parole. But as Wired pointed out in 2015, it's not as if everyone using Tor is accessing the dark web. In fact, the number is quite small, and though you can find illegal things there, you can also find them on the regular web. Most people sharing illegal images or videos use the normal web, not the dark web. According to Wired, whose writer researched the dark web for a number of years, yes, you can find depravity there, but it's also full of doctors giving advice they might not give out in the open. It's a place where people can talk and not worry about their careers, where others can talk about a disease they have that they dare not talk about out in the open. And as we said, it's used by a lot of people who need to discuss issues in a country that would likely lock them up for discussing those issues. This includes some people inside the USA who would rather not have their words watched. Former NSA contractor Edward Snowden famously said that the government was working hard to anonymize Tor users, but it wasn't always successful. We always know that the FBI has had some success finding criminal activity there, but these are usually sting operations, not just pinpointing a person after a share or sale. We say this because some of you might be asking why the government hasn't gone to greater lengths to close us all down. There are many reasons, but one is that it's still useful in terms of the greater good. Two is that the governments of the world have shown that when things get murky in the dark web, then authorities will swoop. It's not impenetrable. You might have some anonymity, but you're not a ghost. You're merely wearing a sheet over your head. The US government supports the dark web and funds it because, as we said, it's useful. At the same time, it's not easy to take down a decentralized network. There isn't an off switch. This network is spread across the globe and protected by strong cryptography. It's almost like ether, or a living, breathing entity whose plexus of veins are threaded throughout the world. You might also ask yourself what would happen if somehow Tor wasn't available. If somehow part of the dark web was blacked out, would the darkness disappear? No, it wouldn't. It would appear somewhere else. The government has shut down darknet sites, and rightly so, but more will just pop up. The government could try and get rid of the Tor browser, but as we said, it has no reason for doing this. China actually has been successful in blocking the Tor browser, but other governments have failed. This is what Motherboard says about blocking the browser. Governments can block access to VPN services by blocking access from IP addresses linked to VPN providers. Blocking Tor is more complex and requires identifying and blocking the destination node's traffic traffic travels through, rather than the URL or IP address. Most governments that allow more or less free speech agree that of the 2.5 million Tor users, very few of them are doing nefarious things in the dark web. Believe it or not, sellers in the dark web agreed in 2018 to stop selling the powerful and deadly opioid fentanyl. Many operators agreed that it was just too dangerous, and perhaps they also knew that it would no doubt bring unwanted attention to their marketplaces. In conclusion, the dark web, like any street in any town, does contain some rather unethical people, but for the most part, what you see there is just innocent folks protecting their identity. It would be crazy for any government to try and close their entire park just because some guys sell their substances there at night in the back corner. But if things get too bad, you can be assured someone will go after them. Meanwhile, the rest of the people that use this park for late-night anonymous chats can do so without harassment. However the dark web started, it's here to stay, which means that you better have some serious protection against anyone who's looking to exploit it for nefarious purposes. Don't forget, you are their target. We at the Infographics Show have been keeping ourselves protected using Dashlane. Dashlane is the one and only tool you need to not just keep your personal info and digital accounts safe and secure, but their dark web monitoring services will immediately notify you if it finds any of your personal information for sale on an online marketplace, so you can take steps to protect yourself right away. Don't be like millions of victims. Get Dashlane and keep your digital life secure right now. Head on over to dashlane.com/infographics for a free 30-day trial. And if you use the coupon code INFOGRAPHICS, you can get 10% off a premium subscription today. Do you agree with this? Tell us in the comments. Also, be sure to check out our other show, Why You Should Never Visit the Dark Web. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. It's late one night and you can't sleep. You toss and turn but can't seem to doze off. So you pull out your computer and head to some of your frequented online forums. You're on your favorite subreddit, r/Infographics Show, when suddenly a pop-up blocks your screen. The box is all black with red lettering. It reads, "Do you like the Red Room?" The Red Room, you think? What's that? You shrug and go to close the pop-up. As soon as you click on the creepy message, another window appears. A list of people's names who have accessed a Red Room before begins scrolling across your screen. The list ends. An ominous message is left for you to read. It says everyone who has accessed the Red Room is now dead. Will you be next? You slam your laptop shut and sit in the darkness. You're breathing heavily as sweat pours down your face. Well, that was creepy, you think? Your curiosity gets the better of you, and you begin doing research on what Red Rooms are. One of the first things you find after a quick search is an account from a blogger who knows about Red Rooms. The blogger explains he knows a friend of a friend who once paid to view a Red Room on the dark web using cryptocurrency. The Red Room user went deep into the dark web using the anonymous browser called Tor. It was the only way to watch the real Red Rooms because of the insane stuff that happens in them. The user logged in and waited. The live stream video was of a room covered in translucent tarps. In the middle of the room was a chair. In the top right-hand corner of the screen was a countdown. The user had 3 minutes to wait before the show would begin. When the countdown got to 0, one of the tarps was pulled back. A tied-up man was escorted in by a hooded figure. The captive was secured in the chair, and the hooded figure left the room. He then came back with a pushcart piled high with tools and instruments of torture. The man tied to the chair began to scream and plead for mercy, but there was none to be had in the Red Room. The user was able to vote for different ways to torture the man. The executioner would read the messages and do it, but there was a catch. The user said that in order to suggest a torture, people watching the stream had to pay using untraceable cryptocurrency. The person with the highest payment got their torture of choice carried out. The user explained that this went on for around 20 minutes until someone made a monstrous donation to have the captive killed. The execution was carried out live on the Red Room video for all to see. You are a bit skeptical that something as horrible as torture and murder could be found on the internet. Also, this description, like every account of Red Rooms that you find, all happen to be second, third, or fourth-hand accounts. It seems like Red Rooms are tied to the dark web, yet when you...
If you thought Amazon was cheap, try it with Capital One Shopping and then tell me what you think.
While you browse Amazon, Capital One Shopping looks for coupons and...
You do a quick Google search for Red Rooms, a bunch of sites come up. Yeah, they're all scams or old sites that no longer work, but they were relatively easy to find. This makes you think that people made up Red Rooms to scam others and it evolved into an urban legend. But the weird pop-up from earlier in the night still haunts you. You need to learn more. You decide to uncover more about what the dark web is and how it's tied to red rooms. After some research, you find that the dark web is a relatively small collection of websites that are not indexed by search engines such as Google or Yahoo. In fact, you discover that there are only about 2,000 unindexed sites that make up the dark web. When you compare this to the regular internet, which contains well over 1 billion sites, you're surprised at how small of a niche the dark web actually makes up of total virtual content. Supposedly, the only way to access these sites is to use open source anonymity tools to uncover the hidden IP addresses. Browsers like Tor make it incredibly difficult to determine what is on the dark web and who is there unless you know what you're looking for. The dark web is based around anonymity, so it appeals to bad people doing bad things. You scour the internet for more information about red rooms. It's clear they are video streams of people doing terrible things like torture and murder. But do they really exist? Can you actually find one that's streaming live? From everything you've read, it seems unlikely. Most videos that claim to be red rooms are obviously just scams trying to steal people's money. What a time to be alive, you say sarcastically. As you go deeper and deeper into your research, you find an interesting rumor. It's claimed that the term Red Room has been around for decades. The name may have its origins in the movie The Shining, where red rum is written out in lipstick on a door. Later, the movie reveals that what is really being written is murder backwards. Another hypothesis of where red rooms got their name is from the 1983 horror film Videodrome. In this movie, torture is shown on live TV in a room painted red. Both ideas for the name of red room seems plausible. What doesn't seem plausible is that they actually exist on the internet. People have been known to do terrible things on the internet, especially when their identity is a secret. You don't have to go to the dark web to find websites geared toward racism, hate, and cybercrime. All of that can be found right on the regular internet. As you dive deeper into your research on the twisted world of the dark web, you come across a site that's claiming to be currently live streaming a red room. You're hesitant, but you need to know if it's real. So you click the link. It takes you to a video in progress. You think it's odd that a red room video would be easily accessible on the regular internet, but like so many others, your curiosity gets the better of you. The video in progress shows a woman being tortured by a man. The torturer is using different tools to inflict pain. Blood sprays everywhere. The man disappears behind a curtain. This can't be real, you think. He comes back into view as the shrieks of the hysteric captive fill the room. In his hand is a bone saw. A look of terror crosses the female's face. She struggles against the ropes, holding her onto the top of a wooden table. The man holds up the saw and brings it down onto one of the female's squirming legs. He puts his back to the camera and begins sawing. He's blocking the actual leg, but you can hear the screams and see the spraying blood covering the tarps that line the room. You're horrified. But what is even more scary than the red room are the comments of the anonymous watchers. They seem to be enjoying the torture. They're making suggestions on what to do next. You can't stand it anymore. You pull yourself out of the shock and grab your cell phone. You're about to call the police when the screaming stops. The man turns toward the camera and smiles. The female sits up, unties the ropes, and hops off the table. They take a bow. It was all just a show. No real torture happened, but it was still really messed up. Now, you're convinced that red rooms are either scams or gruesome staged videos where no one is actually tortured or killed. But then you stumble across claims that have been circulating the dark web forums. The rumors say Islamic State terrorists have been captured and will be tortured in a red room. The live stream is set to begin in just a few minutes. This seems like a twisted form of justice, but could it be real? Deep in the dark web, the site where the Islamic State fighters are to be tortured and killed goes live. A countdown starts. More and more people join the Red Room live stream. There's a lot of hype around this video. It seems legit. But right before the Red Room is about to begin, the site is taken offline. Hours later, the site comes back with a page that thanks everyone for watching, and a 21-minute video of a guy being force-fed bacon. It seems like it was all a hoax. Yet again, the Red Room was a fake. You uncover no real evidence that red rooms currently exist or have ever existed. At this point, you're convinced that red rooms are all just an urban legend. As you look back at all of the research you did over the past few hours, you find holes in the red room myths. For example, the Tor software may allow people to remain anonymous on the dark web, but due to restrictions in what can be run, it's virtually impossible to stream any videos. The buffer rate would just be too slow to be viable. Also, the fact that there's virtually no first-hand evidence of a red room viewing is a big red flag. All accounts are from people who heard rumors from a friend, or an account that was found on forums that can't be verified. It would seem the Red Room urban legend has captivated the minds of people who search for crazy stuff on the dark web, but no real evidence for their existence has been uncovered. Maybe it's because people are too ashamed of what they did or saw. But people are not too ashamed to cyberbully or spread hate on the internet, so watching a Red Room video does not seem to be something people would be afraid to admit they've done. Even on the dark web, people can be found, given enough time and resources. The FBI and other law enforcement agencies have arrested people who engage in child pornography on the dark web. If Red Rooms existed, there's no reason to assume that people committing torture and murder would not eventually be apprehended. This is just more evidence that the Red Rooms do not actually exist. There are clearly terrible people doing terrible things on the dark web and the regular internet, but when laws are broken, they tend to be brought to justice one way or another. There have also been reports that hackers who use their abilities for good have analyzed a number of different dark websites such as Red Rooms. They found these sites not to be genuine. One hacker named Cthulhu analyzed a number of dark websites and found they were set up with no real concern for security. If terrible things are happening in Red Rooms, which could land the creator in jail, you would think security should be their #1 priority, but this does not seem to be the case, which means that the Red Room sites are most likely scams or fakes. You close your laptop and lay back in bed. You're relieved that the horrors of Red Rooms have been shown to be fake, but deep down inside, you know that people are capable of some crazy things. Maybe if you went deeper and deeper into the black hole of the dark web, you would find a real Red Room. It's a scary thought, but the internet can be a scary place. You lay awake looking at the ceiling. So much for trying to go back to sleep, you think. Now, check out more dark web videos with why you should never visit the dark web. Or if you can't help yourself, watch Super Easy Way to Access the Dark Web. How to.
もしもしママ私
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to FoundFlix. On this Explain video, we're looking at Possessor, following an agent who works for a secretive organization that uses brain implant technology to inhabit other people's bodies, ultimately driving them to commit assassinations for high-paying clients. Possessor is a compelling blend of horror and science fiction that really carves out its own bizarre and intriguing niche of the genre, and is amongst, if not my favorite genre film of the year. This hails from Brandon Cronenberg, son of the legendary body horror Canadian director David, behind such memorable classics as Scanners, Videodrome, and The Fly. It seems that his son has picked up on much of the same spirit as his father, because Possessor really feels like a natural evolution of David's style, but presented in a wholly distinct modern perspective. It's very weird and kind of arty in its aesthetic sci-fi body swap story that is hard to digest, but is really the kind of movie that requires at least 2 viewings to catch everything going on. So it's complex in a story sense and how it's presented, but also has very exciting moments of extreme violence and action that really leave a mark on the viewer. This brings me to the fact that the movie has 2 different cuts that I couldn't find a lot of info on beforehand. An R-rated one that I saw on streaming and seems to be the only available option in that way, versus what's billed as Possessor Uncut and is available on physical media exclusively at the moment. I really did wonder what the difference was between the two. Was it a bunch of crucial scenes that would totally change everything? It's honestly not too much as far as the runtime is concerned, but does feature more gore that further punctuates the violent moments to an even further degree, scooping out eyeballs with a fire poker in great detail. Anyone? Although it's also worth pointing out that there are no dongs in the R-rated cut compared to the uncut, which has several dong drops. Why is Hollywood so afraid of dongs? Dongs? What's the deal with that? Anyway, while not a huge difference, it still is worth seeking out.
If I so much as breathe on an organism in the Mojave.
I got a gal, she looked just fine. Always bring me whiskey and wine. Breakfast in the morning and dinner at night. Everything she do just right. But when I say what you want me to do, she say, there's one thing that I want from you. A little bit of rock, a little bit of roll, a little bit of rock, a little bit of roll, a little bit of rock, a little bit of roll, itty bitty little bit of rock and roll.
Trolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Spoiler warning. New Vegas has an incredible story, and it's a shame to ruin it with spoilers, so consider this a fair warning. Welcome to New Vegas, a wonderful place that makes you fuck the NCO. Welcome to New Vegas, a wonderful place that makes you say, that's Vegas, baby. Have you ever seen a man use nuclear weapons in close quarters combat? That's Vegas, baby. You ever murdered somebody just so you could take a 1-hour nap in their filthy cock? That's Vegas, baby. You ever seen someone covered in pitch, set on fire, and tossed into the Grand Canyon only to somehow crawl out and survive?
We can't expect God to do all the work.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's Vegas, baby. But enough of the empty chatter. How about we start getting somewhere?
The time for talk is past. The Lord's work must be done.
Fallout New Vegas is the story of a courier delivering a mysterious package to the New Vegas Strip that's robbed by a charismatic gangster and left to die in the Mojave Wasteland.
Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Fortunately, a man by the name of Doc Mitchell digs the lead out of your brain, picks up the pieces, and puts you back together like Humpty Dumpty, introducing you to character creation.
I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out.
Special stats come first in the form of strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck, each making you good or bad at certain things on a scale from 1 to 10. You got 10 agility? That makes you the deadliest gunslinger this side of the Mississippi. You got 1 charisma? Well, negotiating with you has got to be the most awkward and infuriating interaction 2 human beings can have.
Just give me some goddamn medics and fuck off, will you?
Because I'm a bumbling moron and played video games like a fucking ape, I said to hell with the balance allocation they suggest and went straight up Lord Death of Murder Mountain. 10 strength, 7 endurance, 10 agility, and 10 luck. God, what the fuck is this build?
All right, let's state the obvious. There's something wrong with me.
I am Hercules' bigger cousin Strong, with tough as nails endurance, walks on water agility, and 2-headed coin flip lucky. If I so much as breathe on an organism in the Mojave, you better believe it'll end in a critical hit with enough force to overthrow a small government.
Like the sight of your own blood?
I don't know. Do you? However, it also means that I have the perception of a deaf bat, the charisma of a misanthrope, and intelligence so low that calling me dumber than a fucking brick is perfectly accurate.
That was probably pretty dumb, huh?
These base stats are complemented by skills, which are heavily influenced by where you put your special points. Like, remember my 10 agility? That means jacked guns and jacked sneak. Remember my 1 charisma that makes my speech and barter barely resemble that of a sentient human being? I'm so terrifying, yet so lacking in social skills, even the most basic conversation probably feels like a hostage negotiation.
Well, good luck with that.
Again, Lord Death of Murder Mountain, which means specking guns, sneak, and explosives so I can exterminate any life form I come into contact with, from the tiniest praying mantis to the saltiest powder gang. Take this, you stupid fucking bug. Powder gangers rule! Special points and skill points are rounded out by traits, which I just adore. Because on one hand, you can pick something pragmatic like Built to Destroy, which gives you a higher critical hit chance, but your weapons wear out faster. Bang, 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 bang. His arms fell off. But on the other, you can pick some shit like my favorite, Wild Wasteland, which enables bizarre events to occur, like taking some dicey drugs and fighting a fucking Yaogwai that's on fire. Have at it, you stupid son of a bitch.
Take drugs, kill a bear.
What? What? There's an actual flaming Yaogwai? What the fuck? Am I even hitting the right one? Yeah, that was the right one. Once you're done choosing who you want to be and enter the Mojave, VATS is the next big one you gotta learn. Because 90% of staying alive in the wasteland is making sure everything else around you is dead. Ow. The Vault-Tec Assisted Targeting System, or VATS, is the tightest shit ever. I fucking love VATS because it allows you to freeze time Dio style and choose exactly where you want to shoot and the probability of hitting your target. Watch this center mass. It's not mandatory. You don't have to use it. You can just blast things away like you would in any other shooter. Taunt me, Gecko. Personally, I use it every chance I get. Just the combination of precise shots, the slow motion, and some of the hilarious outcomes, I just can't help myself. Oh, shit, that hurts. You can select multiple targets. You can be choosy about body parts, like hitting someone's right arm to knock a weapon out of their hand, or someone's legs so they can't flee, especially if that person just won the lottery.
Who won the lottery? I did!
I feel bad about using the 40 mil for this. That was tight as hell. It's not perfect because even if you're extremely close to a target with near perfect accuracy, sometimes you can accidentally vibe check the wrong person. Whoa, nope, not shooting Kachino. Thank you very much. Yes, we are shooting Kachino.
Huh?
I want to watch like Mom's.
So you want an Apple Watch? Or?
It's because we went to a store and there's a watch like Mom's and they're white and black and pink and it cost $44.99. But Dad and Mom said that's a lot of money, and I said no, it's not.
Why do you mean no, it's not a lot of money? That is a lot of money.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I can buy one by myself, you know.
Okay, then go buy one yourself if you want it so bad.
Okay, I'll go buy one with my own money.
Alrighty.
I have 80. No, I got 70.
Go no. And other times, VATS is just too accurate. I never thought it was possible to be too consistent, but a snafu with dynamite proved me very wrong. Rise and shine, Captain Parker. Oh shit. That's okay. I didn't bounce through. Oh shit, everybody's awake now. I'm not gonna. Oh, I bounced. I'm so dead. Oh god. Even though I may have blown my legs off with dynamite, my heart was in the right place because what I was fighting for was totally worth it. A bed. Just like VATS, beds are absolutely critical to your survival because the wasteland is full of scary shit that takes your health away and breaks down your limbs, especially if you use landmines as a primary weapon. Hey, wake up, Frank. Wake up, Frank. But if you sleep in a bed, even for just an hour, you regain all of your health and all of your broken limbs are magically fixed. Don't ask me how it works. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's worth cutting someone's head off with a switchblade. Ring-a-ding-ding, baby. Ooh, that critical. Final word of advice here is to always check if there's an open bed before you kill anybody, because I've slaughtered entire tents of people and taken naps next to corpses only to realize there was an open bed right next to them. I just want to take a nap. Let me take a nap, you asshole. With those basics covered, it's time to make our way to New Vegas so we can find that bastard Benny and figure out why some stupid platinum ship was worth blowing someone's head off. Now's a good time to remind you that I'm a complete fucking oaf. I'm glossing over a ton of stuff and probably leaving some important shit out. So remember that my advice is meaningless and time is a flat circle.
There's more to it, but we don't have the time. By which I mean...
On the road to New Vegas, I prefer to trust absolutely no one because the wasteland is never as it seems. See that nice old lady running the motel with the giant dinosaur? Well, she just sold someone's wife into slavery. Wow, Jeannie Mae, you negotiated the sale of a person and only got 1,000 caps? Killing everyone that doesn't explicitly offer value to you is a wonderful policy because as far as I'm concerned, this wasteland belongs to me and the weak should fear the strong.
It's a part of life out here. Best to accept it.
Upside here, looting is a dream, because robbing a corpse is a far smoother experience than bartering with a living being, and who knows, you might just get lucky and find a mysterious big iron that has sound effects. Yeehaw, chuckle fucks. Downside here, everyone that you haven't killed yet hates your guts. Oh man, do people ever think you're an abomination, so interacting with the various tribes of the Mojave is significantly more painful. The NCR has declared you a terrorist. Wherever the NCR has jurisdiction, you will be shot on sight. It's about fucking time, fellas. I'll get to these various tribes in due time. All I'm saying is, you have choices. Be good, be evil, kill nobody, kill everybody. I don't give a shit, make up your own destiny.
Hear that? We have options.
My destiny was to confront Benny at the Tops Casino on the New Vegas Strip and figure out why the hell that platinum ship was so goddamn important. But just before I did, I was reminded of why my seemingly dumbass build is so damn brilliant thanks to maxing out sneak. You see, none of these casinos on the Strip want a bumbling wastelander walking into the joint with all kinds of dangerous weapons, so they make you check them at the door to avoid any violence. But if your sneak stat is high, you can fit an arsenal in the door, no problem. I can get weapons past the guards, no problem.
You might. One fella I knew was able to slip a pistol past the guards. You? I'm guessing you could get a machine gun by them.
Hey, sir, welcome to the Tops Hotel and Casino. I'm gonna have to ask you to hand over any weapons you might be carrying.
Sure, here you go.
Smooth and easy, just the way I like it.
Okay, so they didn't find 2 357s, a 44 Magnum, 2 10mm pistols, 3 9mm pistols, a combat knife, 8 6 of dynamite, a frag grenade, 3 more 6 of dynamite, a mysterious Magnum, a silence 22, spike knuckles, a switchblade, and a tire iron. Sneak is broken. I'm gonna repair all this, by the way. Don't have an aneurysm. This allows you to kill Benny any way you like. I was surprised he didn't perish from a heart attack the moment he laid eyes on me still breathing.
What in the goddamn?
Blow his guards up with a frag grenade and finish him off with dynamite. Hell, you can even let him flee for the time being and kill him later over and over again when his hands are tied thanks to the joy of quick saving.
Now you're talking. That is the ring-a-ding move, baby.
Yeah, you better believe that Benny starts sweating when you hit the F5 key. The truth is, the game was rigged from the start. I'm gonna hit him a few more times just so he doesn't come back like I did. Did I really just march halfway across the Mojave to kill Benny with a tire iron? You're damn right. With a tire iron? Oh, can you actually crucify him?
You sick, vindictive fuck. Happy now, you twisted bum?
I still feel...
Oh my god.
You know I'm live, right, Mattel? Huh? I said, you know I'm live, right?
You're live now?
Yeah, I've been live for the past, let's see, for the last 30 minutes.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
You've been watching a video.
Exactly. I'm live watching videos.
What?
Get on my chair, man.
Oh.
What happened?
You punched me.
I hate you. Not that hard, but I...
You made me fall on the ground and my elbow hit myself right here.
Oh, damn.
I feel like tire iron is the best. It is always the best. And if you think killing Benny is the climax of your New Vegas crusade, ooh baby, are you ever ring-a-ding wrong. I'm not talking about Maria, the pistol that he shot you in the face with that you get to use however you like. Truth is, Remy, the game was rigged. I'm not talking about his ace-checkered suit that I primarily use to get discounts and gun runners. This robot is giving me a 2% discount just because I'm wearing a checkered suit. I'm talking about that mysterious platinum chip that cracks the entire story wide open. And I'm sure you're just itching to know why.
What the fuck do you think, asshole?
Apparently, the man after this platinum chip you were carrying when Benny blew your head off is Mr. House, the mastermind running the New Vegas Strip, and why am I still talking about him when his ego does such a better job?
By the time I was 30 years old, I was a billionaire 30 times over. I founded and ran a vast economic empire. Do you really think I'm going to let an upstart come into my home and ransom my property to me? I spent 2 centuries searching for the platinum chip. It's my invention, my property, mine! Now be a good courier and deliver it.
And he's angry for a reason, because his position of power comes from his Securitrons. You know those big blue robot guys that can either kill you on sight or become your cowboy best friend?
Howdy, partner. Welcome to New Vegas.
Well, that platinum chip you're carrying contains an update to their operating system that turns them from ordinary foot soldiers capable of small arms fire into missile-blasting, grenade-launching behemoths ready to vaporize any adversary into dust.
Behold, for the first time, Securitrons running the Mark II OS. The M235 missile launcher gives the Securitron the ability to engage
Yeah. Benny basically blew her head off because the giant Securitron army is currently running Windows XP and you were carrying a licensed version of Windows 10. And that's not even the juiciest part. Benny modified his own Securitron, appropriately named Yes Man, to help him steal the Platinum chip, overthrow Mr. House, commandeer his Securitron army, and cheat him out of the New Vegas Strip, though I think Benny would put it differently.
Baby, getting outplayed and getting cheated ain't the same thing.
Yes Man is willing to tell you all of this because he is unable to say no. And I know this word doesn't mean anything anymore, but he is literally a yes man.
But hey, not my fault I can't say no.
I love this guy because he politely lays out your options for shaping the future of Vegas and forces you to finally decide whose side you're on, leading up to the final showdown for all the Mojave marbles at Hoover Dam.
We shall see how brave you are when nailed to the walls of Hoover Dam. Your body facing west so you may watch your world die.
On one side, you've got the New California Republic, or NCR, representing old world values like democracy, taxes, and the rule of law, but I'ma keep it a buck. Fuck the NCR.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Oh my god, the NCR is unbearable, pun intended, because even as the good guys, they make it impossible to like them with how condescending and pedantic they are, especially when it comes to violence.
This is NCR property, and we have guns, so you can only do as we please here, and it would please us if you got the hell off our lawn.
I honestly can't wait to sell you into slavery. I'm not even kidding. They are such chicken shit cowards. Like, they are so terrified of the Legion crushing them at Hoover Dam, half of them are contemplating suicide.
The Legion breaks through our defenses. I got one bullet I'm saving just for me.
If the Legion breaks through our defenses, I got one bullet I'm saving just for me. If the Legion breaks through our defenses, I got one bullet I'm saving just for me.
Okay, I get it. You want to kill yourself. Shut the fuck up. They're dumber than I am. And as a reminder, I have sub-brick intelligence. Like, who should we put in charge of a vital solar power plant? How about some bum off the street named Fantastic with no experience whatsoever?
That scientist we hired has got to be the dumbest asshole I've ever come across.
They asked me how well I understood theoretical physics. I said I had a theoretical degree in physics. They said, welcome aboard. Got the whole NCR suckling my teats, and it feels so good.
The Legion, on the other hand, absolutely based, and the shootouts you witness between these two rival factions tells you everything you need to know. Goddamn, does the Legion ever crush the NCR? They just get some.
You like that?
But wait, don't they propagate slavery and crucify anyone that defies their will?
Degenerates like you belong on a cross. Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Yes, but if there's one thing that I hate more than slavery, it's taxes. The worst kind of slavery. So when I say Awe, you say...
True to Kaisar.
As evil as they may be, at least they're not pretending like the NCR is, talking mad shit for having no real fighting prowess, and Kaisar's right-hand man Lanius can tell you what happens when words aren't backed by strength.
Our roads into NCR are hung with the bodies of those who attempted to negotiate with us.
That's the kind of acting on verba ethos I can get behind. Sure, the Legion might be a little intense, but at least they treat me like an equal and have conviction in what they're pursuing.
We will take Hoover Dam and move forward until our feet crush the setting sun beneath them.
The good of the NCR or the bad of the Legion aren't your only choices either, because Mr. House is always an option, a very corporate, tyrannical option to hand the keys to the Mojave, but I guess when your other choices are cowards or slavers, it's not so bad.
My army will do what an army does best. Defend territory from invaders and maintain order.
But if you want a wild card option, pick up where Benny left off and side with Yes Man. He'll help you take the keys in the Mojave by stealing the Securitrons for yourself.
An army like that should be enough to defend Vegas from, I'm gonna say, anybody.
That way, you get to murder the belittling Mr. House and conquer the wasteland with a friendly face. And before you say, you can't just kill Mr. House because a robot told you to. Observe. How did I lose karma for that? He was already a vegetable. I'm just making a mashed potato. No matter which path you take, you're forced to familiarize yourself with the smaller tribes of the Mojave to determine whether you want their help in the Battle of Hoover Dam or exterminated for their lack in cooperation.
If you like a tribe, leave it alone. Or if a tribe is nasty or going to be a problem, go ahead and exterminate it. It's whatever you want to do.
You've got the appropriately named boomers because they're terrified of anything foreign to them, labeling outsiders as savages, and you gotta make it through an artillery barrage if you even want to talk to them.
They must be a really nasty people. I haven't heard a single good thing about them.
Can I just say, this is by far the most accurate artillery barrage that I've ever seen. Like, this is not the way that artillery works.
How the hell did you survive that bombardment?
I didn't run through all that artillery to hear your stupid question.
They were savages with knives. We blew them up with frag mines and grenades, burned them with flamethrowers. It was neat.
Yes, young Pete, burning people with flamethrowers. Neat. Sure, they're intolerant, but they taught me this field trip to meet other tribes wasn't just so I could check a box of exterminate or don't exterminate, because if you help them out, they can have a big impact at Hoover Dam. So fine, boomers, I'll fix your stupid plane and make your dreams come true.
To restore the bomber, to fly the open skies in armored safety, raining high explosive ordnance upon ignorant savages.
Can you dial it back on that word? Anytime he says savages, he just goes, savages! The Great Khans are hilarious because everybody makes fun of them for being filthy drug traffickers that live in tents.
The Khans are they're a dirty people. They live in tents like animals, and they're very rude.
And I think you can deal with them diplomatically to win their favor, but I've never tried that option. 22%, can I hit that? Oh, I can hit that. You know what's even better than killing drug traffickers? Killing drug traffickers on their own product. I'm so high off of Psycho right now. Diplomatic efforts are better spent on the Brotherhood of Steel, because if you run their silly errands, they can hook you up with special power armor training to wear this god-tier steel suit.
Wake up to the money, turn me right on.
Everybody looking for that platinum chip when I got that platinum drip. By the way, if you think that T-51 is cooler than T-45, you are actually psychotic. And I'm not gonna recommend that you pickpocket the heavy hitters and initiate their bunker self-destruct sequence once you've got the training in your hands. But yoink, yoink, I'll take that. Are you sure you would like to initiate the self-destruct? Yes. You can kill me all you want. I've already won. I've already won. It's already too late. I bet you regret putting that explosive collar on me now, assholes. Good. That's one less loose end.
Consider them forgotten, along with the projections that predict they'll be our biggest enemy.
Not all the tribes are out in bumblefuck either. You've also got to make contact with some of the families running other prominent casinos on the strip, so even if you already know you want them exterminated, you at least have to look at them in the face before you kill them, Benny style.
Maybe Khans kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig.
The Omertas that run a giant whorehouse called Gomorrah deserve to be wiped off the face of the earth. Not just because they kill hookers, not because they're stockpiling arms, but because they're complete pieces of shit, and it takes like 3 pickpockets to dismantle their whole operation.
What the fuck are you looking at?
The fuck are you looking at?
What the fuck are you looking at?
I hear you've been asking questions about me, dickweed. What the fuck do you want? I don't give half a dick what you heard. Now get the fuck out of my face before I burn your sorry ass.
And I will take that off your hands.
Where the fuck did you get that? Okay, listen, buddy. That's some dangerous shit you got there. That book can get me killed if the wrong people see it. Let's talk. What do you want?
Just like that, all your guns are gone. And as much as I'd love to tell you that I had an elaborate way of destroying Kachino and his cronies, you already saw how that ended. I guess we are shooting Kachino. Oh no. The White Glove Society at the Ultralux are by far the worst liars I have ever come across. When people proactively scream at you, "We're not cannibals, we swear," you better believe they eat people.
For the last time, the White Glove Society has never and will never consume human flesh for any reason.
You know, once I end up reviewing this footage, I feel like I can tell you exactly what she meant by saying those words.
The White Glove Society will consume human flesh for any reason. We do not engage in cannibalism here under any circumstances.
Oh no, this is another one that's just too perfect to pass up.
We engage in cannibalism here under any circumstances.
It gets even better once you press them on it, like, why do so many people disappear while staying at your hotel? And there like, what? We hired a private investigator to solve that mystery. Go ask him about it. And he's dead in his room.
I had our maitre d' Mortimer offer him a complimentary
Don't you remember you had me
as long as
put him in for you, man?
to be satisfied.
Oh, really? Yo, holy shit, he dead! And the White Glove Society sends a bunch of dudes in tuxedos to fight a man in power armor. great idea. Their latest victim is the son of this rancher
Oh,
named Heck
boy.
Gunderson, and he is definitely worth rescuing in the basement. Not only because of the conversation you get to have with the chef.
Who the fuck do you think I am?
I
I'm the
think
fucking
they
god of New
can,
Vegas
but
brawn
no
and
one's
fusion
here,
cuisine.
so
That's who. No,
they can
that
hear
doesn't
you?
even give me the credit I deserve. I fucking
Only,
invented edible food. Do you like eating? Good. You owe me your entire goddamn garbage existence.
Keep talking shit, Felipe.
No, but I can do that.
Keep talking shit. Not only because you get to feel the adrenaline rush of fighting 15 cannibals at once. No, run away, kid, run away.
I would hit too hard.
Fuck, I got the kid. Not only because you can punch Marjorie's stupid head off,
Do
or
it.
even the maitre d' if you feel so inclined.
Just do it. Don't count. Just do it.
What the fuck? How does she have such a strong head? Oh shit!
cold for one.
Degenerates like you belong on. But because once you do get him back to his dad, he shoots up the whole casino in a fit of rage and cuts off the entire food supply to the New Vegas Strip. Oh shit! You like that?
Shoot this one pretty quick.
Nailed him.
Well, that does it. None of them maniacs will ever do business with Heck Gunderson long as they live. They control the food, well, there ain't gonna be no food. Not for anybody in this whole damn town.
Yeah,
Let
it
them
is.
starve.
If I shoot
Biggest
this
favor
one,
anyone's
boy.
ever done this hellhole.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. Hell, there are even tinier tribes that aren't mandatory to meet with, but worth exterminating
I mean,
anyways. I'm looking at you,
Technically,
fiends.
you, since you're the one who hit me, but it was me
Final
who told you
warning,
to hit me
asshole.
harder.
All right, asshole. You just fucked yourself.
The only annoying part about the fiends are their traps,
For hitting
which they
me,
end up
see,
triggering
for me to
themselves
tell you
most
to
of the
hit,
time.
Then there's me telling you to hit me harder.
Did he just trigger his own trap? Oh, you Oh god. Oh god, she definitely tripped it. She definitely... It's even worse that these traps defy the laws of time and space. Like one time I triggered a trap, and a second before it exploded, I escaped outside and thought I was safe. Little did I know that the timeline inside this building freezes once you leave it, so no matter how long I spent outside, that grenade was still 1 second away from exploding on the inside. On top of that, New Vegas saves anytime you enter a building, so I was now auto-saved right inside that building with a grenade about to explode, which eventually formed an infinite loop of dying to a grenade, loading the autosave, and dying to that same grenade. And over and over and over again for all of eternity. Going back inside? All good? All good. Oh, not good. Oh, shit. What happens if I load, though? Wait, what happens when I load? The same shit's gonna happen forever now because it auto-loads the autosave from the doorway. Fuck, man, it's gonna go on forever. Speaking of explosions, I don't hate the Powder Gangers, but for some reason they hate me. Like, their reliance on dynamite, I really admire. Why can't we be friends? I'm pretty sure all three of them just threw dynamite at me. They did. Okay, so we got a dead Caravaner, we got a dead Powder Ganger, and what's he gonna say?
Damn, running low on smokes again.
That's the most Powder Ganger answer I've ever heard. The only group I didn't bulldoze on sight were the Kings, because you can't do that to the King. And if you don't know who the King is, well, you should take a trip to Memphis and find out.
Who's the king? You believe this asshole man?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No matter how you choose to handle the tribes or who you choose to back in the Battle of Hoover Dam, the presidential assassination quest will always be funny. Because if you're back in the NCR, Mr. House, or Yes Man, you've got to prevent it from happening.
Hey,
God, that fucking scared me, dude. Did that ranger just get blasted off that tower? I have a quick save. I just want to see if he's gonna take his head off. Oh fuck, he got Oswalded. Those rangers don't give a shit. They're just standing there. Look at them. You're not gonna get away with it this time, you sneaky piece of shit. Oh, what? 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 Mr. President! Mr. President, get down! What the fuck? I think his legs got stuck in the tower and his torso just didn't want to be here anymore. Should I? Should I call this in or just let it roam free? I actually don't know if he's any much of a threat any longer. I think that was it. Just one guy. He's on the vertebrate. Oh, you son of a bitch! The game was rigged from the start. This dude is so strong, he powers through save games. Like, I just quick saved, it quick loaded, and he's still here. It was around this time that I realized siding with the Legion is so much more fun, and sticking it to the dumbass NCR is just icing on the cake. Like, if I bring a missile launcher to a presidential speech and you don't find it suspicious, you deserve to have your president vaporized. Do they care? Don't even care that I'm whipping out a missile launcher right in front of the president. Goddamn.
You dispatched President Kimball with real skill.
Ah, yes, real skill. Missile launcher from point blank range. The sole fact that Caesar is suffering from a brain tumor and is prone to random fits of headache-induced rage makes his cause worth backing. You'll be talking about a quest and then out of nowhere. God! Damn it!
I expect that information can be used to manipulate them. Go to... Oh, God damn it! Fuck this! I'm going to lie down. If you interfere with me getting some sleep again, I'm going to have you killed. We will talk later.
Ah, wait, true to Caesar.
It's not a full-strength chapter, mind you. The profligates...
Yes? The profligates? But because the game ends once the Battle of Hoover Dam is over, it's a solid idea to explore all the Wasteland has to offer before you finish the fight. Talk shit to the NCR hit squads that force you to improve your standing with the Republic or suffer the consequences. Oh no.
Since you haven't pissed yourself, I'll assume that you don't know who we are. Next time I'll bring my sickle and wear my black cloak. The NCR sends us when they want terrible things done to terrible people. You've got 3 days to improve your reputation with the NCR or we come for you, without all this pleasant conversation.
Yeah, sure, you got it. I'll stop working for Kaiser. Man, you're really scary running in the other direction. The DLC is worth checking out, and even though I only played Honest Hearts to avoid making this video 2 hours long, boy was it ever worth it.
God damn it, ambush!
Ambush? Can I even prevent this? Oh shit! I don't think I can stop this. Yeah, I don't think I can stop this. I think it's designed to happen this way. Or I'm just hitting 20 somehow. I don't know how I hit on 20. What the fuck? Yeah, they're all dead. Forget it. Forget it. Fuck.
Welcome to Trailmakers, a vehicle building game made for explorers, racers, and inventors. In Trailmakers, building is as easy as dragging and dropping the parts you need. Pick a seat, attach 4 wheels and an engine, and you're good to go.
I'd highly recommend the Sneering Imperialist trait if you head to Zion, which grants you a 15% damage buff and a bonus hit in VATS against raiders, junkies, and tribals. It's basically weaponized racism, or at the very least a racism buff, and I'm not racist, but I do appreciate doing 15% extra damage and having a bonus hit in VATS. What is that damage?
Auslander Zuka Joshua Graham.
If you're too dumb to speak my language, you're too dumb to talk to me. Get lost.
Scheiße.
Speaking of Joshua Graham, that's Caesar's former right-hand man that lost the first Battle of Hoover Dam, which ended in him getting covered in pitch, set on fire, and tossed into the Grand Canyon.
I survived because the fire inside burned brighter than the fire around me. I fell down into that dark chasm. The flame burned on and on.
His crispy ass is the best character in all of New Vegas, and airing out an entire canyon with his pistol packing 45 buff is some of the most fun I've ever had.
The time for talk has passed. The Lord's work must be done. Make no mistake about why we are here. This is an extermination.
While Joshua Graham is in your party, any 45 caliber auto pistol you use has less spread and is twice as likely to score critical hits.
We warned you at Syracuse.
Kunaman mad. He killed all Whitelegs. You talk. You stop.
Whatever. Joshua put a cap in General Gobbledygook here. And once I found my way out of Zion, it was time for the final phase of the plan. You already know what the fuck about to happen.
Vegas will fall.
The fight for Hoover Dam is radically different depending on which side you're on. Like, you can crush the NCR with something as simple as a hunting shotgun or a Garand. I can already tell this is easier. So much easier than taking on the Legion. Jesus, well, apart from that little bit of friendly fire, this honestly feels like a different difficulty. Like, these Rangers fucking suck. Did I, like, drop down to very easy? What is this? I'm sorry, Ranger, but it's a wrap for you. I'ma keep it a stack, Trooper. It's not safe for you right now. That's right. Fuck you and your fake power armor. That shit is whack. It doesn't block anything. Like, what's the point? What's the point? Going up against the Legion is a whole different ballgame. That shit is tricky. I mean, not that tricky, because if you slam enough Med-X, Jet, and Psycho while flat out abusing the anti-material rifle, nothing in this game is that tricky. Rip the homie. Y'all ever get so high on a drug that your bullets start doing more damage? I just love that. Best feature of this game. Jesus. But still, fighting alongside the Legion is so much more fun and so much more vindicating once you get to wipe that condescending smirk off General Oliver's face.
I would sooner spit on the grave of my dead mother than let some courier walk the wasteland fuck talk to me like that.
Courier walk the wasteland fuck? Would you like to rephrase?
I think you're cashed out enough to know my chances are pretty good.
Chances are pretty good? Just vaporized 4 Rangers. Oh, this should be good. Shut the fuck up. The highlight for me, beyond boomers dropping high explosive ordnance upon ignorant savages. You know what, I stand corrected. That little kid Pete talking about raining high explosive ordnance upon ignorant savages, I kinda get it now. Was the appearance of the Mysterious Stranger and Misfortune. Basically, there's these 2 traits where there's a random chance that a man or woman will show up in VATS and blast away the enemy you're engaging, and nothing against the Mysterious Stranger, but Misfortune cannot be topped. Head crippling someone will always be funny. It will never, oh, well, I guess Misfortune's just gonna steal the show. Frag rounds. I'm missing all of those. Oh, Misfortune! It goes so far when she hits them. Don't you run away from me. Where is he even going? The closet? What? Okay. It seems like a weird place to... Oh, Mysterious Stranger, yeehaw, chuckle fuck. And the closet of all places. In the fucking closet. I still feel like the 40 mil kind of sucks, but I guess it's worth trying out every now and again. Oh, Misfortune, that's tight. What? Where did that dude's fucking body go? There she is again. And holy shit. She is so much better than Mysterious Stranger, it's not even funny. She's like a walking art.
The Bachelor is back. Stream it live on ABC with YouTube TV.
I've always loved sci-fi. And the idea of being right on the edge.
Artillery piece. Come on out, Oliver. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Sneak attack criticals are by far the best thing in this game. Like, they just do so much fucking damage. God, dude, look at this clown. Fuck the NCR. I don't know if the big boomer penetrates. Oh, never mind. Misfortune's just gonna do the work for me. So it doesn't penetrate, but it still does a hell of a lot of damage. Is that a Misfortune hit on 2 consecutive VATS? Is this shit broken? Is 3 in a row possible? Could the... Well, never mind. Never mind. Degenerates like you belong on a cross. I had to. It's the last dude. It's the last dude. And that's the story of how we crushed the NCR and took Hoover Dam. God willing, Caesar does the same shit to California because Lord knows it needs to happen.
This slaughter pleases me. Perhaps in time I will be granted the honor of conquering the land known as California. For now, come. We must see to the burning of the dead.
Don't forget to take a sip from your trusty Vault 13 canteen on the way out. You don't want to get dehydrated in the Mojave. Just sold a bunch of human flesh to gun runners. You take a sip from your trusty Vault 13 canteen. You take a sip from your trusty Vault 13 canteen. Just slaughtered an elderly couple to take a nap in their bed. Sips from canteen. God, dude, you take a sip from your trusty Vault 13 canteen. Blows up Brotherhood of Steel bunker. Take sip from trusty Vault 13 canteen. You take a sip from your trusty Vault 13 canteen. I have been chugging out of this sink for the past 40 seconds to not waste a stim pack. And what am I doing while I'm chugging out of a sink? I'm taking a sip from my trusty Vault 13 canteen. And that's about it. That's all I got to say. A final fuck the NCR for being pedantic pieces of shit.
Trolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
And may Kaiser rule the Mojave for all of eternity.
True to Kaiser.
Yes, man is also a solid option. But I'll stop now. It's time for this video to end.
We accomplished a lot together. It was fun. Take care.
Power up a new.
Previously on The Forest.
I was wondering if we could make a drawbridge with the crane thing, right?
Oh no, guys, please come quick!
Mark, are you in some sort of trouble?
They can throw fire!
Oh god, it gallops! Oh my god!
I just heard like a probably something with 8 legs, you know.
It was 6 legs, okay.
Oh, 8 legs! Oh, 8 legs!
Wait, let me count. 1, 2, 3.
Bubbles right, it was 6! Ah! Oh, what is that big baby?
What actual perfection is this? What's happened to me? And then go over here. Hey, there we go.
So you're telling me this cart just doesn't go on drawbridges?
Some number of legs is coming.
I gotta get the sled.
So you can't go from that side. Okay. I just want to let you know.
I'm going in the water.
Nothing bad will happen. No, Mark!
Wait, can they burn this? Mark, our structure!
Oh no! It doesn't burn. Ah, Frick! Ah, I'm on fire.
Okay, it's fine.
How am I still on fire if I'm underwater?
This poor bird.
I forgot that this was all for the purpose of us building your house up above the camp. We got sidetracked, I'll admit.
Yeah, that's accurate. I would say it's accurate to say we got sidetracked.
Testing bridge. No. Where am I going?
No, try it. Wiggle side to side. You can do it. You're so close.
No. I would like to submit a bug report.
What is that?
Where are you? Wait, go up, raise it. No,
Bye.
No, not this cartoon. No,
wait, what are you standing on?
No.
What's that?
Help!
Well,
are you okay?
Oh, you okay? You okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, well, I'm down here now.
Oh my god.
So this is a part of this now.
You're just built into it now.
I don't think I'm gonna let go for. Oh boy, there it goes.
Maybe that will prevent them from crossing the bridge. Ah! Oh my god, don't do that. Oh no, Mark. I don't know if this is better or worse. Raise me up.
Yeah, raise him up, raise him up.
Raise me up. Nope. Oh. Okay, hang on. I'm free, possibly? Okay.
There goes.
There goes the cart.
Those are just down there from now on, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm
Well, we can
pretty sure
access
those
the
are...
rocks on them.
Yeah, well, thank God we can get the...
I kicked it up! I was able to kick it, and it's now this rock.
How'd you do that?
I just walked in the water, and it flung upward.
Wait, kick it some more. Kick the other one.
Oh, I'm trying.
It don't seem
this
to
one's
kick
pretty firmly. Is that one?
Maybe it's too heavy. We need to get all these. Whoa, shit! The sticks are going in the water. That's a problem. If we could, please get the sticks that I spent all that time collecting, please.
Well, I mean, how much time is this sticks really worth?
It's like 40 or 50 sticks.
There's sticks on the other side. There's so many sticks.
The other side that we could totally get the sled over to. Yes.
Well, yeah. All I gotta do is build a bridge.
We'll leave the cool bridge and you just build a secondary other bridge.
Yeah. That's the distraction bridge. That's the one. They're not gonna know about that bridge.
They'll see the ramparts and the big drawbridge, and they'll be like, "We gotta cross that one." One trick bridge builders don't want you to know.
Yeah. What they don't
Doctors
want you
hate
to
it.
know is actually, if you build the secret bridge, right? Sorry, it sounds like I'm laughing. I'm not. If you build the secret bridge,
Sounds like I'm laughing, but I'm not. I believe you.
kaboom! See, no one will know about the secret bridge.
Boom.
You don't want to know why? Because
I
it's
know.
a secret.
Hey, Mark.
I know.
Question.
Yes.
What have you been?
Nah.
What is this?
Okay.
What?
Are you talking about Secret Bridge? Because I believe he was going on and on about Secret Bridge.
I was busy murdering deer and wiping the blood of it off in the water, and I missed Secret Bridge. How does this
No,
anyway
Stone
help?
Evil.
You missed his explanation. No, you did.
Yeah, I did.
We got the
there's a
main
reason.
bridge. We got the main bridge, and then
Yeah.
I can walk on logs. I can walk on logs. We could build a bridge out of floating logs.
Dude, that would be so confusing for the computer that we should definitely do it.
We'll have 3 bridges, okay?
One for each of us.
I've been in those before.
And when the big bad wolf comes and huffs and puffs,
Thank
you
you.
won't know what the fuck's going on.
All right, see, look, over here on the left is the secret bridge. No one will expect us to take that one. This center bridge is so big, it's a distraction. Them will be like, they're going down the secret, the main bridge, and they won't know about the secret bridge, okay?
Question, Mark. If I want to build custom defensive walls, how do you put multiple down without it like putting the blueprint down?
Left click and it'll just like make one and you keep going.
I don't see a way to put doorways in this. I feel like I've been horribly lied to.
No, I got this, watch.
Listen,
That's
Mark
not a
got
good sound.
Is that bad?
No,
Bad thing?
We're fine. Wade was overreacting. Being a bit of a bitch. Is that a door? Oh, hey, this is the secret bridge. Please go away. Thank you. Guys, if you look through a blueprinted thing on the ground,